Hello, everyone out there. It's me, Simply Smiling. So I wanted to come on today and show you some of the veggies that I love to eat. My vegetables are the staple of my whole plate. I love vegetables. I grew to love vegetables over a period of time when trying to accomplish and live that healthy lifestyle. So veggies have become like my go-to. Don't deal with a whole lot of meat, but that's your preference. It's just for me in my house. A lot of the meat is totally eliminated. But my vegetables have a lot of protein in them as well. A lot of times you may meet vegans, vegetarians, or Mediterranean eaters or plant-based eaters, and you wonder if they're actually getting enough protein. The answer is yes, they are, because of the content of protein in the vegetables. Now, what you need to do, of course, is Google your vegetables and you'll see exactly how much protein. You'll be shocked as compared to a raw steak or some poultry or fish even. You're getting a lot of what you need in your vegetables to sustain you and help you to accomplish that healthy lifestyle. Now, I'm in the kitchen today. I'm going to prep all these vegetables. Yes, I am. Amen. Because it's Veggie Week. Now, my clients already know we're doing veggie weeks. They can do the 3 to 5 days. I'm doing 7 days of vegetables only. Now, vegetables have a lot of other nutritional value, not just the protein. There's the fiber, there's the vitamin A and the vitamin D. So they have a lot of things that you need in your body, a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals that the body actually needs to function in a healthy manner. I'm going to share some of my favorite vegetables that I will be prepping today. I love to use, I'm grabbing my favorite first, green onions. Now, these jokers right here, they're better to me than the white or the red onions. Why? Because if you were here, you can smell them. They smell so fresh. I use the whole stalk of the onion. The bottom here, I'll use when I'm maybe sauteing and the onion, with maybe some garlic. Okay, when I'm doing a saute or a stir-fried veggie, I use the bottom here. But the top piece, I like eating that raw. It's just shaved on top of a lot of my dishes. Sometimes I will saute, but for the most part, they go on like raw vegetables, like a salad. Okay, or any raw vegetable, like maybe even with the rice, like a rice bowl or a veggie bowl. These are the shavings on the top, the dark green, and the bottom I use for sauteing. They stand up to the heat better and they hold on to their flavor better. Okay, I would also today be doing another favorite. These are all my favorites. There's no need for me to keep saying that. Squash and her counterpart zucchini. These two I like to pair together. Dice them and steam them in some water. I try not to. I'm not going to say I don't, because I do use vegan butter. A spat of that sometimes to give it that flavor or to help them flow well together, so to speak. Okay, I love squash and I love zucchini. Also, 3 the hard way here. I love green bell pepper, but for me, I think the colorful ones have more flavor. Now, it could be psychological, because they look better, but I love bell pepper. Bell pepper for me goes in everything, whether it's veggies, whether it's a rice bowl, whether it's alone. I do eat these dry by themselves. They're a good snack to just crunch on when you're craving that crunch, of the Cheeto or the potato chip or the cookie even. These have a better flavor and these are better for you. So always be sure to pick up some bell peppers. These go a long way. You can actually dice and freeze these. I have some diced and frozen, but I'm saving those for a soup that I'll be doing in about 2 weeks. So these are my buddies here. I love to dice fresh cilantro. Cilantro smells so good. It gives your food a flavor I can't even explain it. I can tell when I don't have my cilantro in my dish versus when I do have it. Now, it's an acquired taste, just like a lot of these vegetables are, things that we're not accomplished to or don't even use. It's always an acquired taste. But you got to keep in the back of your mind that it's for the betterment of you. It's for the healthy side of you that you want to grab hold to and move forward. So be sure to actually be excited about incorporating a lot of different veggies and spices, so to speak, and herbs in your dishes to amp them up, to make them more interesting and not just plain, so that you grow to love those. We love things that are exciting, right? Amen. Okay, so that's my cilantro, and I use this in a lot of my sample Mexican dishes that I do, okay? I even dice cilantro over my salad. My salad gets a lot of different things into it, put on it, but I try to keep that with fresh vegetables at all times, even fresh fruit in my salad. But it's not fruit day, it's what? Say it with me. Veggie week. This is my head right here. Head of who? Head of cabbage. I love this guy. I actually love the dark leaves on the cabbage. Sometimes I would wish that they were dark all the way through, but they get lighter and lighter, as you know. But when I'm picking a cabbage, I always try to pick one that has the dark leaves. I saw a lady in the store one time getting her cabbage. We were at the Whole Foods, and she actually peeled the darker leaves off, and I thought to myself, oh my God, you're throwing away the most nutritional part of that cabbage. It's not the inside, it's actually the outside. A lot of vegetables have their total health benefit on the outside. Clean them real good, dice those with the inside, and enjoy your cabbage. I just steam my cabbage, not for long. I don't like for it to wither. I like for it to hold its consistency. So when I chew it, it's not soggy. It still has that crunch that a lot of times we crave and desire. But cabbage is good paired with some other vegetables, or it stands well alone. Have your cabbage, okay? A lot of benefits for these, okay? I also, my lettuce of choice for my salads are the romaine hearts. I love these. These are my favorite because they hold their crunch as well. When I eat a salad, I don't have to worry about salad dressing. Don't use any, but if I do, sometimes I do, I use the balsamic vinaigrette. So make sure that you're using a salad dressing that's low in sodium. You have to check those labels because it says one thing in the big print. I always check that small print. See what you're actually eating, what's actually put into your food. Not all salad dressings are made alike. Some have lower sodium than others, and some have more. But if you don't want to buy, of course, you know I do make salad dressing. So make your salad dressing. The simplest recipe that I can throw off the top of my head for salad dressing is only 2 ingredients. It's lemon juice and it's vinegar. That's it. If you need that tartness, lemon has a little sweetness, whatever you need, but make sure that you use the romaine lettuce. Try the romaine hearts. I love these. Some people like iceberg. I do not. I grew up on iceberg lettuce, and I always thought, God, is that all it is to lettuce? I don't like it. But there's such a variety of lettuces that you want to try with your salads. Speaking of lettuce, and I also use these for like open face sandwiches when I use my black bean burgers. These are my bread. I use these as the bread if I don't use the portobello mushrooms. Speaking of mushrooms, these are my favorite mushrooms here. I love portobello. I love shiitake. But these, the white mushrooms, are my favorite. You can dice these up or you can eat them raw. Add them to any vegetable stew. Add them on top of a black bean burger that's already cooked. Add these to any meal or any vegetable right before you cook it if you want them raw. You can saute them. I use a little bit of olive oil, not a lot. I mean, really not a lot. I'm kind of weaning myself away from the olive oil use, but I use a little. And I also steam these with the olive oil and a little bit of water and a little fresh garlic. These are so good. I love these. I actually have 2, so I'm going to use this bag first. You have to be careful when you get these from any store because they don't last long after you open them or before. It seems like when you bring them from the store, they're already ready to turn colors and die. You have to use these really fast. And they do freeze if you want to dice them, freeze them, and have them for later on down the road. Going back to salad, this is another lettuce that I love. This is a blend here, okay? It has the purple lettuce in it as well. It has a name. You probably know it. And then there's the other leaf lettuce. It's the 50-50, some people call it. But I love this lettuce, too. It's just a variation of lettuces on my salad to make things more interesting. When you sit down with your food, you want to get one with your food, just as you do when you prepare your food. Be happy about what you feed in your body. Know that you're doing the right thing. And of course, who can do without tomatoes? These are some more of those homegrown tomatoes I had a couple of weeks ago. I still have these. I did dice, bag, and freeze some, but I kept some out for my salads or just to have on side of a veggie plate. I have these on side of a plate this week. I'm super excited about Veggie Week. I get that way. I do buy some frozen veggies. Green Giant I like. Okay, and remember, I always check that sodium content, okay? You want that to be, if you can get it for half of a serving, under 280. You want to be there. These are just a tad bit higher. This one is 130. This here one, because of the sauce on the Brussels, believe it or not, don't tell people, but I'll rinse that sauce right off if I can get the content of the sodium where I want it to be. Okay, so these are spinach and the Brussels sprouts. I'm learning to love Brussels. I mentioned before, Brussels and asparagus were not my favorite, but I'm experimenting. That's how we learn to experiment. Knowledge is key. Find out what you not like, what you do like, excuse me, and feed those taste buds. I do buy the head cauliflower, but I also use the frozen for convenience. I use the frozen cauliflower. I buy the head broccoli, but I've been using this bag. I'll use the rest of this today, and this is the frozen broccoli. Okay, I like it either chopped, either way, or I like the florets. Truly does not matter. Now, those are a lot of my veggies that I love. I'm going to continue on here. I love olives. Now, be extremely careful with your olives. You know the sodium content is high. I'll take 1 or 2 olives and dice them as fine as I can and just drizzle them throughout my dish. Be it a salad, okay? Be it even broccoli. I have to add this to my broccoli. And I kid you not, broccoli, cauliflower, and olives is delicious. I'll amp that up with some squash and zucchini. Now, for some of you may think that's gross, but every vegetable has its place. Does not matter what vegetable you place it with. Okay, we don't have to stay standardized. Climb out of the boat with your cooking, just like you do with your exercising. Cooking is motivation too, because it all comes together for healthiness. I love the Kalamata olives as well. These are my very favorite. I have to tell myself, okay, you've had 2, let's stop at 3. Okay, and I also use tomatillo. This is salsa. I'll eat raw broccoli and dip it in tomatillo. This is so good. If I don't have the red salsa, I'll do a taco bowl with vegan meat and I'll drizzle the tomatillo or the regular sausage over my bowl. Okay, minus the flour tortillas. I don't use that. The taco bowl is everything minus the chips, everything minus the shell, all the veggies you can get in there. And if you use cheese, use the vegan cheese, or I use shredded vegan mozzarella or cheddar, or I use nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is a cheese blend, okay, but it's not real cheese. This is really good. It's close to Parm sprinkled cheese that you can get. It gives your food that earthy taste. It's kind of meaty for a cheese, but I love this cheese sprinkled on my taco bowl or whatever I'm eating. Okay, I also like kimchi. Kimchi is a sauerkraut, okay, but it's flavored. So be careful with this. It only takes a little bit on the side of your veggie plate just to amp it up. And you know I love my jalapeno spread because every now and then on the side again, I love hot and spicy. Also, I love beans. I love garbanzo. I buy the black beans, and I buy these fresh sometimes when I'm not in a crunch. Nothing's wrong with that can. I rinse the beans off to get that liquid off, and then I'm ready to go. And I also buy the seasoned navy beans. These are good. I rinse them off. When you rinse off the beans, you kill a lot of the canned sodium. And I'm going to go through real quick. Some of my favorite spices are the green seasoning, oregano. You've seen these before. Basil. You got to spice your food up. You got to make your food good. Turmeric, cayenne pepper for that kick again. Another kick on the red crushed peppers, onion powder, and this one I save for, well, let's go pepper sauce for hot and spicy. And this one I save for last is the cilantro lime. When you use this one, you do not have to use chopped cilantro. The flavor is truly there with a hint of lime. So get in your kitchen today, guys. Make it interesting. Make it colorful. Colorful food is beautiful, right? Make it what you need it to be. And then you realize these veggies give me a lot of energy. People always say, how do you get energy? I try to incorporate the right things. Vegetables are good for energy. So if you're feeling slouchy today, jump in. Today's Monday. Do 5 straight days of Veggie Week. You can do it, guys, okay? Peace and love. Talk to you real soon. Let's go cook. Bye.